What the heck was this? Uh, Hi, I'm Rex King. This is the show where I usually review things that are in theater. I don't know if I can call this episode a review because I don't know how much of this movie I can actually describe. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. So, I watched Beau is Afraid. Beau is Afraid is by Ari Aster and stars Joaquin Phoenix as Beau. He is a guy struggling with anxiety who has to go to his mother's house because she died and turns into a weird movie. Yeah, I have to be super vague here because I don't know how much I should give away and how much I shouldn't give away. This one's, weird. So, the story itself is pretty simple and has a lot of potential. The pacing and everything else make it very confusing. So, like I said, this film's pretty setup is pretty simple. Guy who has anxiety wants to make it to his mother's house for her funeral. However, things happen to him along the way and he gets put in these situations and he has to get out of them, but we're not really sure if those situations are all in his head. I'll be honest, most of this movie I was left wondering what was going on. I tried to figure it out, and that might have been my mistake, because according to a bunch of other people who have seen this film and who like this film, it's a movie that you have to experience, that you have to just go in, not think about it, and just watch. I didn't do that, and I think that was my mistake, because I don't really understand what this movie's trying to really do. I've heard the argument that it's supposed to be about dealing with anxiety, but none of this stuff made me feel anxious, and I really didn't understand what was going on most of the time, and I have minor anxiety attacks, and they're nothing like this. I'm also related to someone who has massive anxiety problems, and yeah, I don't think this is anything like that. That being said, I really don't know how else to say or what to talk about any with this one. It's a weird one, guys. It really is. I know it sounds like I'm struggling, but I don't really know what was going on. The characters are developed alright. I mean, our main character is the only character we really get to know and understand, and he's a fine character. He's supposed to be basically the proxy for the audience that we follow through this weird journey that goes places. And he's a good audience proxy, a good vehicle for the audience to follow through this very confusing, complex journey. That being said, all the other characters around him aren't developed. We don't get to really know them and their situations, and we don't really know if we should care about any of them. Then we have the performances, and this is one of the bright points of the film. All the performances are really well done. But we're talking about Joaquin Phoenix, Amy Ryan, Nathan Lane, among others. I mean, yeah, the performances are gonna be good. And they're all doing top-notch work. It's just they've not given a ton to do, really. Then we have the visuals, and this is probably the best part of the film, is the visual style. I love the cinematography. I love the animated moments towards the middle of the movie. If you watch the movie, you'll understand what I mean. I like pretty much all the visuals in this film. I think Ari Aster has a great eye. I think he manages to direct the camera perfectly, and this film is no exception. The score doesn't add anything. It doesn't take anything away. It's not even noticeable sometimes. But that's fine. It didn't need to be for the style of movie. At the end of the day, Beau is Afraid is a mixed bag for me. Now, I do want to encourage people go out to the theater and buy a ticket for this one because, like I said, a lot of people say this film is just a movie you have to experience and not think about, and I thought about it through the entire runtime, so I might have made a mistake. That being said, it is a 3-hour movie that I felt like it dragged so long. There were moments where I was like, what does this have to do with the main plot line? So, my score is going to reflect how I felt while watching the movie. That being said, I do want to stress, I do recommend seeing this movie. Because I think most people will have a different opinion than I will. They might not like the movie, they might love the movie. But as far as I'm concerned, this film is a mess that I just did not understand. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. The only reason it gets a 4 and isn't lower is because, again, I do feel like there's just something here that I'm just not getting. And 2, I do like the visuals, the performances, and I do really think this film had a lot of potential and it is unique. A unique film deserves to have some credit. I don't think this film is good, and I will not see it again, but I do have to give it credit for being completely unique and something I have never seen before and will never see again. Anyway, that's my opinion on Beau is Afraid. I'm sorry that this review is very vague, but I had no other way of really expressing my opinion on this movie, and I tried to get my points as well choreographed as possible. So, if you've seen Beau is Afraid, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and please, if you like the movie or you understood what the movie was going for, please let me know, because I am really, really confused. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, please, and I'll see you next time.